A triple shooting in Champaign. I'm Elitza Bezios. We've been following this breaking news for the past 2.5 hours. Here's what we know. 3 men were shot tonight in what police believe to be a drive-by shooting. ABC News Channel 15 was first on the scene, and David A. joins us live from there right now. And David, what information have you been able to gather tonight?
Well, Elitza, police aren't telling us much, but because this is an active investigation. But what we do know is that 3 men were shot over on East Washington Street. That's just off to my right. Then police say they made their way to the home that you see behind me. Those 3 men are being treated at an area hospital for what police say appear to be non-life-threatening injuries. Now, here's some video from earlier tonight, and you can see the victims being treated at the scene. A family member we talked to over the phone says all 3 victims are teenagers, and one was shot in the hip, the other in the leg, and the third in the back. Calls for shots fired came in around 7:30 tonight in the 400 block of East Washington Street. Police say this was most likely a drive-by shooting. Reporting live from Champaign, David Ade, ABC News Channel 15.
Thanks, David. And police do continue to investigate and ask anyone with information to please call the Champaign Police Department or Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS.
Good evening, I'm Chantel Middleton. 4 shootings in less than 48 hours. Tonight, 3 people are shot, caught in the middle of a shooting in Champaign. Tonight, police aren't sure who is to blame. ABC News Channel's David Ade live in Champaign, where officers are still on the scene. David, do we know if tonight's shooting is connected to the first 3?
Chantel, they do not know if this is related to the other 3 shootings over the past 2 days. But right now, they still are on the scene here on Bradley Avenue. You can see just to my left, they have Bradley Avenue completely blocked off in the 1200 block as they go through and look for more evidence in the shooting. Here's what we know. Just before 8 o'clock, police were called out for a shots fired call. When they arrived, they found 3 victims. 2 of them were transported to the hospital. 1 will be seeking medical attention later on tonight. And both of those people who were transported were breathing. One of them has non-life-threatening injuries, police say. The other, his condition is unknown. And police say that witnesses tell them they saw the gunman standing in the area on foot, holding 2 guns. Then he opened fire, fired multiple shots at the 3 victims, then fled on foot. And witnesses in the area who live in this area say they heard fireworks, what they thought were fireworks. When they came out, they found that people had been shot. And they say that is very concerning for the children in this neighborhood.
My main concern is the kids, and it hit close to home because there's a lot of kids in this area here. So, I mean, granted that it's a busy street here, and kids can't do this or that, but it's a lot of kids here, and that hit close home. And mainly because I got kids, and my kids be out here playing.
And this is unknown, again, unknown if this is related to the other 3 shootings that happened over the past 2 days. Police say it's just simply too early to tell. They are not, though, ruling out that this one is connected to those other 2 shootings. Again, 3 people are shot here in Champaign on the 1200 block of Bradley Avenue. Reporting live from Champaign, David Ade, ABC News Channel.
All right, David, thank you so much. Here's a description of the vehicles police say are involved, or they were involved in the first 3 shooting. And that first one today, witnesses say shots came from a blue Chrysler 300. We're also told 4 to 5 black males in their teens to 20s were in that car. Police are also looking for a 1990s model red pickup truck that was used in a shooting yesterday afternoon on the 1100 block of Mimosa. In addition, there's a silver 2000s model Chrysler Pacifica or similar looking Nissan Murano that officers believe may be involved. One suspect has been arrested in connection with one of the earlier shootings. 4 shootings since Friday afternoon, all of them in Champaign, where police are still on the hunt for suspects. 2 of those shootings put people in the hospital. On Friday night, 3 men were shot on the 1400 block of Washington Street, and a man living in the neighborhood rushed to help the victims. Tonight, that man spoke with ABC News Channel's David Ade in an exclusive interview.
Now you can still see the blood marks on your driveway here.
Yeah. This is a heck of a thing, man, I tell you.
Friday night, gunfire rang out just feet away from James Wilson's house on Washington Street in Champaign. When he stepped outside, he saw 3 men he knew walking down the alley, saying they've been shot.
At first, I thought they was kidding around, but then I seen the one was being carried.
That's when Wilson realized his home was about to become part of a crime scene.
Mine kind of went crazy. I mean, you know, first call 911, try to get ambulances here, and then trying to find out how bad stuff was going on.
While waiting for paramedics, Wilson not only tried to keep the victims calm, but did what he could to care for the men.
And I noticed a lot of blood on his leg gushing. So, like, I just went ahead and tried to stop the bleeding by going in the house to get some towels.
All 3 shooting victims were taken to area hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. But Wilson says the violence needs to stop.
It's a pitiful shame that we're having these things going on in the community. I mean, you know, because bullets do not have no eyes.
Neighbors we talked to in the area say they are scared someone will be hit by a bullet not intended for them. From Champaign, David Aid, ABC News Channel.
Thank you, David. And police are desperate for your help. They want someone to step up with information on the gunman before an innocent person is killed. They want you to call Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS. A reward of up to $1,000 is available for information leading to an arrest, and you don't have to tell them who you are. Tomorrow, concerned community members and residents will address the recent shooting. Leaders and people affected by gun violence in the community all spoke with ABC News Channel's David Aid. He reports now on their pleas for the violence to stop.
4 shootings in 48 hours, and now Champaign City Councilman Will Kiles is sending a message to the community to stand up and help put an end to the violence.
And I'm not just talking about the black community. It's a call to action for the Champaign community, because when one part of our community suffers, we all suffer.
Kiles is concerned Fridays and Saturday shootings are a sign of back and forth gang retaliation. And if that is the case, everybody may be in danger.
It's not just the targeted people that usually get hurt. It's also people that, you know, are not involved in these situations that get hurt.
Last summer, 20-year-old mother Desiree Austin was killed by a stray bullet after leaving a fireworks show.
I lost my stepdaughter last year on the 4th of July over in Garden Hills. And like I said, she wasn't the intended target, but it happened.
The recent shootings are a chilling reminder for Edwin Cook that senseless violence can leave innocent families torn apart. Friday night's shooting happened just yards away from Cook's home, and he says if these shootings are part of a dispute between 2 sides, it's not going to accomplish anything.
And just, was it worth it to prove a point? You're not proving, you know, anybody can pick up a gun, you know. Learn how to use your mind, how to communicate, how to talk to people.
Kyle says that's the message the people bringing the violence to Champaign need to hear.
We need to take a stance and say to our peers, to our community members, to our friends, to those that are doing these things, that this isn't the answer and this isn't the way.
Champaign police tell me they continue to put everything they have into investigating these shootings and getting the people responsible off the streets. From Champaign, David Aid, ABC News Channel.
All right, thank you, David. Police are now turning to you, the public, for help. Officers say shots came from a blue Chrysler 300 in the drive-by shooting Saturday. Police are also looking for a 1990s model red pickup truck that was used in the Mimosa Street shooting Friday afternoon. A silver 2000s model Chrysler Pacifica or similar-looking Nissan Murano may also be involved in that shooting. A reward of up to $1,000 is available for information leading to an arrest. You can call Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS.